What is up, guys? How is it going? Yes, um, USA, U.S. Youth National Team failed to qualify for the Olympics again. Oh, man, I actually feel really bad. And I'm going to start off by saying this right away. I am disgusted at Taylor Twellman's tweets. You know, he's got a large following. I mean, he's got almost 500,000 followers, and his tweet about David Ochoa disappoints me. It disappoints me for more than one reason. Um, First reason is you could see he knew he made a mistake. He knew he screwed up. He knew he let his country down. You saw it as the goal went in, as he tried to make that pass to Herrera. You you knew he made the mistake already. You know he's got 500,000 followers, and he's tweeting, "Are you effing serious right now, Ochoa? Disaster this is. Pathetic." Um, uh I just can't comprehend like why he's even tweeting something like this. I get that he's emotional, I get that he's passionate, I get all of that, right? But this Ochoa keeper, is he 21 if I'm not mistaken? He's young. He's young. And I know that in Europe or whatever they do that, right? But guys, I don't think bashing him is the right way to go about it. I just can't comprehend it. For one reason, right? He's not even starting for RSL. He's 20 years old. I just looked it up. He's 20 years old. He saved the US in against like Costa Rica. Um, Made a couple of important saves, which would have changed the game. But you know what? Besides that, yes, he made a few mistakes in this game, and yes, it's a horrible time to make a mistake. But you know what? All in all, like honestly, like he could have done a lot worse. He could have. He really could have done a lot worse. And that's why I'm not horribly upset. That is why I'm not horribly upset. Let's let's take a look at some of the tweets that are coming out here from the general public. I know there's going to be a lot of disappointment, and that's perfectly fine. Um, Again, Taylor Twellman, he gets all the clout, you know. I just don't know how this is uplifting or helpful to a team at all. At all. Um, I will say though, like honestly, people were talking about this team and everything like that. I will say that like they didn't look like a team that was like well oiled. I believe in the second game, who was it against? Dominican Republic after the first goal went in, like it just looked like it was a more fluid team. And then again, you have Mexico, which doesn't help a team gel together, right? When you're like stopping and starting the whole time. Guys, this guy's trending. Oh man, I feel so bad for him. Um, yeah, I mean, it is an embarrassment, right? Three, three of the last Olympics, but honestly, credit to Honduras. They look like they wanted it more, um, and it's just crazy. Uh, I love this tweet. The soul-crushing U.S. men's national team or U.S. youth national team loss means that we're back and we're finally getting back to normal. Oh, that's awesome. Now this picture like crushed me, right? Like, you know, you've got a whole nation like riding on you. You make a mistake, and like I don't necessarily agree with this tweet. Sorry, like putting them under pressure. No, like they're seasoned professionals at this point. But goalkeepers will make mistakes, and you know that they're going to make mistakes eventually, and that's just the nature of like their position. Is if they're a goalkeeper and they make a mistake, they're screwed. They're literally screwed. There's nothing about it. Um, yeah. said we need to stop hiring MLS coaches. I do think this is a really good point. I will say this. Um, and I don't know. Like, part of me is like the structure is just horribly flawed. Where it's not. There's not going to be a whole lot of things that will change. I mean, things will start looking better, and more players will go abroad. But when it comes down to it, like I watched the U.S. men's national team in their last couple of friendlies, and they're busy playing Northern Ireland. They're busy playing, these average countries. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, if you want to get better, you play the best countries, you lose to those guys, you improve, but you learn from it. You learn what it takes to become a winning, successful nation. And it doesn't count where kids are going off to college, where they're playing off for 3 4 months, whatever, on training and in season for 3 4 months, when the rest of the world is busy doing year-long schedules and year-long games, and in a league that replicates the current system of the world. Like, there is nothing like this in the US. And when it comes down to it, I'm not going to be surprised when more and more instances like this happen. I mean, you look at all these players playing abroad, minus Dest and maybe Pulisic and maybe McKennie and I don't know, whoever, but people are like golden generation, this, that, whatever. Yes, these guys are playing for these big clubs abroad, and yes, there's more youth players abroad going abroad, and more American players going abroad. But I'm upset because people really think that just because players are sitting on a bench and teams are pocketing, which is what it is, teams are actually pocketing these guys, that people don't realize that it is not always about just developing players for these teams. Part of me thinks that a lot of Pulisic's signing was because Chelsea honestly tapped into the American market. The same with Juventus. The same with RB Salzburg. The same with like RB Leipzig. The same with all of these guys. Like, they're tapping into the American market and they're seeing that it's profitable. They're seeing this. Mama needs a drink. Ay ay ay. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough to digest. Yeah, I don't know. This is funny. F against Honduras. Honestly, like when they scored that goal, and big ups to you. Like when he scored his goal, I think that was like a change of heart. And you saw the U.S. youth national team just like pushing a lot more. And part of me just wonders like, why not just start like that from the beginning? You know, that's that's the frustrating aspect of it. Um, why always chase a game? Why why do those kind of things where like it's tough, and you know it too. Like, it's tough to chase a game at 2-0 down, especially in a semifinal, which is, I mean, like a final, because really winners go to the Olympics of these semifinals. So it's just sad. It's depressing. It's very very sad. So um, it is what it is. So um, but then, another thing too, and I'll touch on this really quickly. There's reason for optimism. There is reason, because you know the US didn't qualify for the last Olympics. I mean, the last World Cup, going out to Trinidad. And you saw more changes. You see more players going abroad. You see all of these things happening. And that, for that reason, I think um this is such a horrible tweet. For that reason, I think we're in a good space. We're really in a good place, because I think as a result of all of this happening, um, like, more will happen as a result of it. Like, there'll be more changes, um, and like I don't necessarily 100% agree with like the whole um that whole thing of like MLS coaches, because you see that the MLS coaches are becoming more and more talented. Um, it would be nice to see the men's national team hire, I don't know, like a seasoned, very experienced manager. again, give it another shot and be more ruthless with it. I think they gave Jurgen Klinsmann a lot more time than he deserved, in my opinion. Um, I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but I'm just saying, you know, that more can happen. Let's just see this unacceptable affiliate nice degree because he had a warning sign from October of 2017, and yet here we are again. A proper footballing nation doesn't fail to qualify for an Olympics 3 times running. It's a fair point. Fair point. Um, this is like an understated fact that like I think a lot of teams are low key happy about. Well, at least we won't be missing any US players during the Olympics, so there's that. I think a lot of teams are going to be happy about that. I saw stuff, and I didn't look into it, but I saw that Christian Pulisic had said if Chelsea let me go, like yeah, I would love to go to the Olympics and play for the US, whatever. Like it's almost as though like people were expecting it to happen again, which is such um so interesting. I think this gets me sad. Um, yeah, and I mean I agree with him, but I don't like to phrase it that way. Um, that he got fired from 2 straight jobs in the MLS and somehow handed yeah somehow I guess. But you know what? It happens. It happens. I guess. Yeah, I think this is just looking for some attention and some frustration right here. What a goal this was, honestly. What a goal. That was such a good goal. I loved it. Yeah. Anyway, guys, the US men's national team will be back. Don't be disheartened. You know, like they'll be back. Trust me. They'll be back. They'll 100% be back. But anyway, love you guys. We'll be this upcoming week. We'll definitely be more on tune with it, going into the MLS games and all of that, and all the MLS teams. Looking at the schedule that got released, we haven't put up a whole lot of content these last couple weeks, but we'll be doing that maybe daily, probably. So yeah.
I love my Squarespace site's simple and beautiful design. It feels fresh, clean, and I can easily update it myself anytime.